Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Fakhri Azraie, and in this video I will explain about improvement of safety training in the workplace. Did you know what is workplace hazard? Hazards in the workplace occur when the working environment can cause injury, illness or the death. The hazards can result from many of the different aspects of the working world, including equipment, dangerous materials, unsafe working practices, and the behavior of the people. There's no downside to training your employees on a proper safety protocols. In fact, investing in employee safety will benefit your organization in several key ways. By implementing safety training in your organization, you will first reduce the occurrence of workplace injuries and fatalities. Second, prevent property damage and associated financial loss. Third, earn the respect of your employees and improve overall morale. Fourth, increase productivity. And the last one, build a solid reputation for your organization. If you operate a small or medium-sized business, you have a big incentive to build an employee safety program sooner rather than later. This is because if one of your employees get hurt on the job because they were not properly trained, they may need to go on a sick leave. You will feel their absence more because in smaller business, each individual employee pulls more weight. In order to create a good workplace safety training, there are 6 steps that we can follow, which is first, identify workplace safety training needs. Once you establish the need for training, it is necessary to figure out exactly what knowledge needs to be covered. A risk assessment should be conducted with every employee so that it is understood what they need to do their job safely and what hazards are associated with the job. A safety trainer will also observe the worker in his or her environment to properly assess the worker's training needs. The second one is identify safety training goals and objectives. After the needs have been identified, you must set learning goals and objectives. This should be clear and measurable, allowing for the training to be evaluated for effectiveness later on. Having learning objectives that are specific and detailed allow both employees and the employer to know the expected outcome of any training. The third step was develop learning activities for workplace safety training. You need to develop learning activities to support the training goals and objectives. Ideally, these activities will include ways for the trainees to show the skills and knowledge they are learning throughout the training. Applying the activities to the workers' actual job and their job process is extremely beneficial. It is a good idea to use instructional aids such as charts, manuals, PowerPoint presentations, live demonstrations, and roundtable group discussions to stimulate employee participation. The next step was conduct the workplace safety training. At this point, you want to implement the training. Present your training in a clear, organized manner. Ensure you provide an overview and relate the training to the employee's experience. You should show the employees why the material is important and relevant to their jobs, as they are more likely to pay attention and apply what they learn if they know the benefits of the training. It is helpful to allow employees to get involved and practice their newly learned skills along the way. This will help to keep them interested and motivated. Next, we need to evaluate the effectiveness of the workplace training. Once training is concluded, it is vital to evaluate its effectiveness in achieving defined goals and objectives. There are some ways to conduct an evaluation, which is first, ask the training for feedback via questionnaire or informal discussion. This will provide a quick review of initial value and learning outcomes. Second, follow up with supervisors and their observation about employee behavior before and after the training. This shows whether the training had a noticeable outcomes. Last is evaluate workplace data to examine if long-term there is a trend to reduce incident or near miss rates. This will be the bottom line indicator of a training program's success rate. The last step was improve your workplace safety program. Use the training program feedback to evaluate your training and to improve things in the future. By revisiting all the steps in the job and the training you use, you will be in position to effectively determine whether any gaps exist in your training program. Some points to consider are: first, the method chosen to determine if there is a better way to conduct the training. Second, the presentation of training materials to determine if it was effective for the audience chosen. Third, the key concepts or skills that were highlighted. If there was a gap, it may be beneficial to review the risk assessment to identify any missing components or any new steps added to the process since the training was developed. And the last point to be considered are revised training as improvement are identified.